Hi dear students, today I am going to discuss question number 8 of the 2018 ordinary level examination paper. So my dear students, today you can enjoy mathematics in constructions amazingly. So still you are not a subscriber, just subscribe to my math channel and feel the awesome of maths. So let's move for the question now.
Okay, students, this is your question and this is your sub question number 1. So, here you can see use only a straight edge with a centimeter or millimeter scale and pair of compasses for the following question. Construction. Show the construction lines clearly. Actually, it should be very clear and very needful. So, first question is draw a straight line segment AB of length 7.5 centimeters and construct its perpendicular bisector. So, students, don't worry, you can do it very nicely. So, first of all, just draw a line using your ruler. Okay, then put your pair of compasses on your ruler in order to take this measurement 7.5. Put your compass to your 0 line and to 7.5. So then you can clearly, here you can mark it, put it here, and by pencil you mark it as arc, and here put it your compass here and then mark it here. So this gives you A and B. So it is already 7.5 centimeters line. So how do you construct this one, perpendicular bisector? It's so easy. Take your pair of compasses and put it here and take a measurement more than half of your AB. Then put your compass here and up to here right now, not your half or lesser than that, half more than your half length, that means more than half of 7.5. So you can put it here and just draw this arc like this, as well as in downwards here, and then go to this side, but don't make any changes to your compass because it gives wrong result actually. Then you can mark it like this, and again you have 2 points here. In order to draw a straight line, you just need minimum of 2 points. Here you have already done it, so go through it by using your ruler. So it gives you a perpendicular bisector, my students. So I think you can very clearly understand it. So you have done with your first question. How easy this is, no? I every time when I'm doing classes, I advise my children and as well as parents. I told them, in order to take all the marks in question paper, you have to definitely go through this construction part. It is very easy and you can bring these marks from your home. Why not? So be with my videos and keep in touch with my all the things in my math. Okay, I will give you a better result. I will bring you to a better result. So don't worry, let's move for the second part. Okay students, this is your second question. Take the midpoint of AB as C and construct a semicircle with C as the center and AB as the diameter. So it is easy. We can do it very clearly and very easy manner. So I will show you how to do that one. So midpoint of AB as C. We have already done the perpendicular bisector. Bisector means this point is the middle of AB. So I put it as C. We have done it. So again we have to do something. See, we have to construct the semicircle with C as the center. So we have to put the pair of compasses here. and we have to draw the semicircle using AB as the diameter. So AB is the diameter of that semicircle. Then what about AC and CB? Those are, we can understand, those are radius of that circle or the semicircle. So I just put my compass here and I draw this semicircle very easily. Okay students, I think you have understand it. You can compass here and put your pencil here, then draw it freely here. You have to actually, you can draw it your free hand, using free hand, because if you have very tough and do something, this may go around here. Okay, very clearly you have to draw it, otherwise marks will be reduced. So let's move for the third one. Construct the locus of a point that moves at an equal distance from the perpendicular bisector of AB and line CB. That means from this part and from this part. There is a locus or the path of a point that moves at an equal distances from these two lines. So what is that actually? When we are marking distance from these two lines, it should be here, no? When we are going here, that length should be similar. Then like this, no? That line should be go like this. That is actually the bisector of the angle. So we can draw it how? We have already an arc or the same part of semicircle like this, so we can use this one. So I just put my compass here and I just draw this arc, and also I put my compass here and I again draw this one. So using pair of compasses we can do it very easily. And also we have, I already said this earlier, we have minimum of 2 points, so it is more than enough to draw a straight line like this. So this is the bisector of this angle, as well as that is the locus of a point that moves at an equal distances from CB and the perpendicular bisector. So we have to do another thing. So it is intersects the semicircle here, so we have to mark it as P. So they request us to do that one. So I think you can very easily understand these things now. So every time when I'm doing classes, I would advise my students, I request them to learn this part very uh, enthusiastically, because when we are going to paper markings and all, we can see, what we can see is students don't go like these questions, they are not focusing on this, but we have to mainly focus on these kind of questions, because we can bring these marks from home, because anything they may give some so many various things to draw, but the basics are very similar, and basics are the same thing we have to do at every year. Okay, so be with my videos and be with, keep in touch with these things, and very bravely you can understand these things. So let's move for this fourth one. Here I will draw it for you. Again, we have to done it in third question. So okay, up to here we have done. The fourth one, construct the tangent to the semicircle at P and name the point at which it meets the perpendicular bisector of AB as D. So we have to do two things. Initially I will do the first thing for you. Construct the tangent to the semicircle. Okay, at a point given in the circumference of the circle. So from here we have to do it. So what we have to do, there are so many ways of constructing a tangent from external point, tangent from a point where it located in the circumference of the circle. So here it is one way. So we have to put my compasses here, pair of compasses here, and I can just draw arc like this, and as well as the other side I just draw it. Then I put my pair of compass here and I just draw these lines. I put here and draw this one, I put here and draw this one. Then I have 2 points, this point and this P point. So I just draw this tangent here. It's very easy, very easy. So they ask us to another thing. We have to do is, we have to mark when it meets the perpendicular bisector of AB. That means this line. When this tangent meets this line, we have to mark that intersection point as D. So I make it as D. Okay, it's very easy. So let's move for the fifth one. Here, this is the fifth one. Construct the other tangent that can be drawn to the semicircle from D and give reasons why this tangent is parallel to the line PC. So there are two things again we have to do. Construct the first one is other construct the other tangent that can be drawn to the semicircle from D. So this is D is an external point to the circle. From an external point, there are two tangents we can construct. Okay, already done the first one. So other one should be like this, no? You know. So how do we do that? If we have done with our first one, how do we do the second one? It's very easy. So you just put your compass here and the pencil here. So just measure that length and don't change that one. You can come here and just mark it here like this. So you have now this point and just draw on this, and this is the other tangent to the semicircle. You have done with it. How easy this is, no? How easy this is. So from D I just put a letter here as E. I just mentioned it. So we have to prove that DE and PC are what? Parallel to each other. So how do we do that? We know some things. I will show you step by step. First of all, we know this one. DCB equals 45 degrees. Why? CB is the bisector of DCB. DCB means this perpendicular. This was perpendicular bisector, so this total angle is 90 degrees. So CP was the angle bisector of the angles DCB. Therefore, it should be 45, half of the 90 degrees. No? This 45. Then what we can do? Then the angle between a radius or what diameter and a tangent is 90 degrees again. It is perpendicular to each other. So this is 90 degrees and I write here dp is the tangent. Because of it we can go for this 90. So what else? If this is 90 and if this is 45, what about this one? This is definitely 45. Why? 45 plus 45, 90 degrees, and 90 degrees plus 90 degrees, it gives us 180. The sum of internal angles of a triangle equals 180 degrees. So considering DBC triangle, I have mentioned it. Or otherwise, if you cannot see it clearly at once, you can just step by step you can follow the method and you can just as a equation you can solve it for this PDC angle and find it as 45. So what about angle, this angle? There is a theorem like this. I mentioned that EDC equals it also 45 degrees. Why? The line joining to center to the external point. The line joining the center of the circle and to the external point. That means this B is CD line, no? DC line. External point bisects the angle between the tangents. These are the tangents are DE and DP. The angle between tangents means this angle. So this angle bisects by DC. Then what about this angle? If this is 45 degrees, we have earlier proved that one as 45. This should be 45 degrees. So we have done with it now. How? So we have to prove DE and PC are parallel to each other. How can we show that? You can see here this as an alternate angle. This is an alternate angle. So these are equal as well. If there is an alternate angles and further they are equal, that means those two lines are parallel to each other. So I have wrote like this: DE parallel to PC. Why? Because EDC angle equals DCP angle because alternate angles. So I think you can understand better. So okay students, that's all for the moment, and that's all with the eighth question, construction. So okay, thank you for joining with me for this video. I think you have gained very important facts from this video. So keep in touch with my math and just subscribe to my channel if you are not a subscriber. So we'll meet again with a nice video and nice tricks. So have a nice day. Bye. Goodbye children.